Hey guys, this is Chris from Empire Bricks and welcome to another LEGO Star Wars set review. Today we're going to look at set 75202, the Defense of Crait. The set was released in 2018. It has 746 pieces, it comes with 5 minifigures, and it retails for $84.99 in dollars and $79.99 in euros. So right off the bat, that is a great price for European standards. It's not that much higher than the dollar price. Concerning the piece to price ratio, I think this is a good set. It's not great, but it's good. I got this with 50% off, so that was amazing. But I have been complaining about price in many of my reviews. Lego Star Wars is getting expensive, and this set is very reasonably priced. Having said that, let's have a look at the minifigures first, as always, starting with the main character that you get in the set being Poe. Now, he has no leg printing, which is kind of a shame in my opinion. Could have at least been a belt or something, but on the other hand, pants are just pants, so that's okay. He has some very nice detailing on his jacket. Just check out the shadows on his shirt. I think that is a very, very cool detail. Looking at the back, there's just some small wrinkles. He has this very unique hairpiece with a headset on top of it, with some printing on it as well on all sides. If we take the headset off, we can see that he comes with a double-sided face and a more friendly grin on the other side. And this is a more battle-ready looking face, I guess. I don't really recognize Poe in this face. I think the flesh color is just a tad too light to represent him. I believe the actor is actually Spanish from origin, so he could have used the medium flesh maybe, but I guess this is okay. And he comes with a small or regular blaster. Now, the second figure is something very special. This is Admiral Emmet or Emmet. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name, but this is a insanely cool figure. He has some great printing on the front. He has, if you can see clearly, there's some metallic printing here. You can see these shiny metallic pieces on the belt and on the insignia over here. Not sure what this symbol means. He does come with some cool leg printing. And looking at the back, he has kind of a hoodie going on, more of the belt and some straps. So that's very cool. He has the bearded face, looking kind of grumpy with white hair. And surprisingly, if we look underneath the hair, there is no double-sided face, even though that would easily have been possible because, you wouldn't see the face. But I guess because this figure gets so little screen time in the actual movie of The Last Jedi, this is the only face that they know of him. So I'm just guessing that he was planned to have more screen time but didn't get any, and that's why Lego made a figure out of a kind of, not very well known character. But I think that is very, very cool, and this figure is exclusive to this set. He comes with a regular medium blaster and a pair of binoculars. And like I said, exclusive to this set, I'm very happy to have this figure. It's very nice to have some more named characters in the Lego Star Wars universe. Moving on, we get one Resistance Trooper over here. Nothing very different from the ones that we have seen before. Some cool printing on the front, some more metallic detailing as well. Same kind of hoodie going on, a pouch on the back. Even this guy gets some leg printing, so that's why I was kind of surprised that Poe Dameron didn't. He has the same helmet that we have seen from other Resistance sets, so that can flip up and down. He has a grin on the front and a more battle face on the back. So this guy has a double-sided face as well. And he comes with a regular medium blaster, but this one is in kind of dark metallic. So that's very cool to have one more of those. Moving on, we get to the First Order Snowtroopers. Now, it's kind of weird to see Snowtroopers on Crait. On the other hand, I guess that snow and salt have kind of this similar characteristics, so it makes sense to deploy Snowtroopers, preferably instead of the normal troopers. These are, as I can see, exactly the same as the Snowtroopers that we have seen before. Great printing though, I really love these figures. They do come with these white waistcapes, which I think look like adult diapers. Excuse me, just the helmet dropped off. So I'm not a big fan of these waist capes that they supply with the Snowtroopers. I will be removing them before I add these guys to my army. Just it never looks like it shows on the box. Underneath is Angry Clone Face, of course, and they come with a medium-sized black blaster. And you get 2 of these guys, so a little bit of army building going on here. 5 figures for a set that is a little bit over $80 or around 80 euros. I would have liked the 6th figure, maybe a normal first order trooper, but I guess the figures are good. This is a iteration of Poe that we don't see that often. He might even be exclusive, I'm not sure. We get 1 exclusive figure, 1 new trooper, and 2 Snowtroopers. So there is quite some army building going on. 1 exclusive figure and 1, well, at least somewhat unique figure. So good figures. It's just missing 1 figure. Having said that, I'm going to put these on the side and going to move on to the actual set. I'm going to start off with the structure, because this set comes with 1 structure or 3 structures, depending on how you look at it, because these are actually 3 modular pieces. Even though they might be modular, that kind of suggests that you can swap them around. You cannot do that, but you actually can take this apart. And then you have this defense tower, and then there is this piece which cannot come apart easily, but as you can see, it's only the hinge piece that is keeping this together. So if you would like to, you could easily take these 2 apart and create a 2nd and 3rd structure. So I'm going to look at the tower first, because that is the biggest structure, and this is actually a very cool build. Now it looks very simple, it has very large pieces, so when I looked at it on the box, I thought that this would be a, one of those structures that they quickly build up with a lot of big pieces, and then you have something kind of generic, and that is absolutely not the case. This is actually pretty cool. So looking at the back in here, it's pretty hard to get the light in, but there's 2 floors, as you can see, and both are very usable. So you can use them for figures to shoot at the enemy, or you just have them on the lookout. For example, here Admiral Emat, he has the paired binocular, so you can actually put him in one of the floors, or even on top if you would like to. So looking at the first floor, it's mostly empty space though, but it does have some stuff going on. There is these spring-fired missiles, or just the missiles actually. There is some more of these gunmetal gray guns over here, so these blasters. So you get 2 more of those, that's pretty cool. And a wrench and a hammer, which I will come back to later. So the first floor, mostly empty, but you could stuff it with troopers if you have more troopers of your own. The second floor, though, is more of a command center. It has this printed control piece and this beautifully printed transparent glass piece. Now, I know you won't buy an $80 set for just 1 piece, but this is the most beautiful printed piece that I have seen in a very, very long time. It's very useful for many, many things in mocks, bases. Makes for beautiful pictures for Instagram, for example. I would love to take a close-up picture of this one. So an amazing printed piece. Don't buy the set just for the piece, but if you do buy the set, this is one of the things that you will look at for a longer time, I think. So second floor, a little bit less space. So I guess you could just pose 1 figure in here and just have him on the lookout for enemy ships and stuff like that. And then there is a debatably 3rd floor. It's not actually a floor, but you could use this because these are 1x2 modified plates with a stud in the middle, and you could use that to put your blasters in and create somewhat of a turret on top. The booklet actually doesn't provide anything for on top of here, but you could easily do that yourself. Now, looking at the design, I said from the front it looks like a lot of big pieces, but there's actually quite some studs on the side construction going on, making this whole thing look way more interesting. And I think this is a pretty cool build, and something that I would at least love to have multiples of. I would love to have like 2 or 3 of these, link them together with a trench, and have your own mini Crait battle, I guess. So you know, there are some YouTubers making huge Crait mocks for thousands and thousands of dollars. But basically, if you get 3 of these sets, you have a whole trench, and you could, you know, I mean that's still a lot of money. That's $240. But then you're done, and you'll have 3 skim speeders as well. But this is the tower. Let's move on to the other structure, which is the trench and the cannon. I'll turn it a little bit on the side so you can see it from the back. So you have actually these cool details on the floor. The colors are amazing. There's just a lot of stuff going on. I think there's a lot of detail in a very small area. So this cannon can actually turn 360 degrees if you'd like to, and it has some room to put figures in, have them shoot. There's a radar dish that you can actually turn 360 degrees as well, so that's very cool. Now this cannon is just make-believe, but underneath, I can try to show you, is this opening for the spring-fired missiles that we have seen in the tower. So the tower is holding the ammunition for this cannon. It will stick out from here, and you can actually shoot it like that. And there's also a stud shooter over here, which is kind of disguised as a cannon. It looks like you can turn it all sides, but that's actually not the case. You can only flip up and down the handlebar to make it hold a figure that can stand on this ramp over here. And you get some studs over here to shoot with. So that's pretty cool. All in all, it's a nice build. And like I said, there is this clip piece on the side, and you can actually link these together. And then you have one large defense of Crait. And I think this looks like a substantial defense. We have seen a Battle of Hoth set, which has a cannon and stuff like that. And it's supposed to have kind of the same thing. I mean, they're both trench battles. But the Battle of Hoth set, the smaller one, not the UCS set, doesn't have this feel that you have a complete defense. And this is actually wide enough to feel like you have an actual defense. So that's a very, very cool thing. I think this is a great build. So absolutely amazing stuff. I'm not a big fan of the play sets with structures and stuff, but this one is executed very, very well. Moving on to the main attraction, I think, from the set, and that is the skim speeder. Now, many of the LEGO Star Wars sets that you buy provide ships that are not necessarily minifigure scale. For example, the 75105 Millennium Falcon is nowhere near minifigure scale. It's a playset, it looks great, but it's not minifigure scale. This, on the other hand, for some reason is 100% minifigure scale, or at least very, very close. I'll just get Poe for a second and put him in front of the ship, and you'll see how absolutely massive this thing is. Now, it's actually pretty heavy as well. It feels very sturdy. This side is a little bit heavier, and there's quite a lot going on with this ship. So let's have a closer look. Now, just the overall look and feel of the ship, it looks very accurate. The rugged look with the rusty places and dirty patches with the dark red and the dark tan are just amazing. So that's very, very cool. And it actually has quite a lot of features and stuff going on, except for the greebling. That's also a look thing. And there's some stickers, so there's quite a few sticker details, but I think these stickers actually add a lot to the look and feel of the ship. And since all these stickers are different, none of them are the same, I think this is, it's fair that they use stickers and not printed pieces, I would say. And there is some printed pieces like the round plate with the hole on top over here. Now, moving on to features. So this is called the ski speeder in some things, but I think that's a mistake. I think it's called the skim speeder. Just a matter of listening very well to what they say. And one of the main features of these skim speeders is, of course, the fin hanging down from it that attaches to the floor and kind of makes the trail in the salt. So this has actually that exact same fin, and it's based on gravity. So it just falls down if you pick it up. So I can pick it up, and you can actually play with it and, you know, pull it along on the floor if you would like to. So it's not a very important feature, but it's so very well executed. That's just a very, very good thing. Another thing is, of course, you can shoot missiles. Now, Cockpit is over here. The missiles are over here, and they are spring-fired missiles that are supposed to come out of these make-believe blasters. Looks amazing. There is some more make-believe blasters over here. In fact, there is many things that you would think that can shoot, because there's these two. On the side, there is something that looks like which could shoot as well. So on the cockpit side, there's these two. So even though these are kind of old and rusty vehicles, they have a lot of blasters. So that's a pretty cool thing. So that's the shooting function. Then we come to the cockpit, which is actually open, just like in the movie. There is some sticker detailing along the sides and a printed console in front of the driver. Nothing too much going on though. There is no functionality. You cannot open up. I mean, this is just attached. This is a printed piece though, the cockpit. That's pretty cool. But nothing too much going on. And then there is another feature, and that is pretty awesome, I think. Just trying. Oh, just have to take it over here for a second and see if I can get it out. Yes, here it is. Okay, so on the front of the middle engine, there's actually a part, this part, that slides in and out, which attaches to a clip in the back of the middle over there. And this is basically the engine, and you can repair it because, like I said before, you get a wrench and a hammer with the structure. And you can use that, for example, with the Rebel Trooper to have him repair the engine, put it back together, and you can actually just slide it in over here, and you heard the click. It just attaches to the clip, and then it's back in, and you can fly again. I think it is executed so very well, as with many things in the design of the ship. You don't actually see it. You cannot know it unless you've built it. If you wouldn't have built the set yourself, you wouldn't even know you could take this out. But I think it's a very nice detail, and it gives a lot of play value to this ship. Now the whole ship is very well structured. It has a lot of technical construction on the inside, which you can see a little bit on the sides here. But everything is well plated off. Even the bottom is not too ugly. It has two of these slopes to stand on, although I do think that this ship actually needs a stand to be fully appreciated. So quite a long review, but there is a lot of stuff going on in this set. So what are the biggest pros and cons? I'm going to put the minifigures back here for a second. I think that the biggest pro is you get a lot of value in this set. It is it's an expensive set at about 80 bucks, but you get a lot of cool figures. I mean, the Snowtroopers are not unique, but they're very cool. You get two of those. You get a Rebel Trooper. You get one unique exclusive Rebel figure. You get Poe Dameron. You get a very large ship. I mean, just looking, there is an A-Wing set that sells for about 50 bucks, and the A-Wing is about half the size of this skim speeder. And in this set, it's only 30 bucks more. You get a ship that's twice as big, 5 figures, and that amazing structure on the back. So I really cannot find any big downsides. I think this is a very underrated set, underappreciated, and it has a lot of value to offer. Even if you don't like the structure over there and just want the ship and the figures, the pieces are in amazing colors to do any mocks. You can build your own Crait mock. The dark red plates are very useful. All the gray pieces are great for building bases and stuff. You get an amazing printed console piece like I showed in the structure. So all in all, I think this is an amazing set. I can really recommend it. It's a fun build. And this is the sets that you would like to see from LEGO, that has it all, so to say. So that's it for this review. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all at the next video.